The West Tigers have just committed club suicide on live television, and nobody sawed the head off their own future in the process. 4 directors, gone. One of them, a former Premier of New South Wales, sacked in a single night. No warning, no vote, just a brutal, cold-blooded execution by the majority owners, the Holman Barnes Group. And while the ink was still wet on the club's first profit in 12 years. This isn't drama, this is a massacre. And right now, every single Tigers fan waking up to this nightmare has the exact same question burning in their guts. Is Benji Marshall next? Smash that like button right now if you're already raging, hit subscribe to Aussie NRL updates and turn notifications on, because in the next few minutes I'm dropping bombs that the mainstream media are too scared to touch. We're talking leaked texts, secret clauses, and the one phone call that could end Benji's career before Christmas. Let's not sugarcoat this. Benji Marshall has not been sacked. Yet. The owners even released a statement saying they have full support for him. But let me tell you something, that same statement came from the exact same people who promised Barry O'Farrell his job was safe 2 days before they chopped his head off. These guys don't warn you, they just swing the axe. And the scariest part? Benji's biggest shield, the one thing that was meant to protect him from exactly this kind of chaos, just got blown to pieces. I'm talking about the independent chairman Barry O'Farrell and the old board. They were the buffer, they were the adults in the room, they were the ones who told Holman Barnes no when they tried to meddle in football decisions last year. And now, they're all gone. Replaced with yes men who answer directly to the league's club bosses that want total control. You think Benji's safe because he's a club legend? Tell that to Tim Sheens. Tell that to Michael Maguire. Tell that to every single coach who thought wearing the black and gold made them bulletproof. Legends die here too. But here's the part that's going to make your blood run cold. Sources inside the club, and I mean people who were in the room when this went down, are saying the jersey wasn't the only trigger. Yeah, the too much gold fight was the public excuse, but the real war has been brewing for months. It's about power. It's about who gets to pick the next coach when the current one fails. And guess what? The Holman Barnes Group have already started asking questions about football department structure for 2026. Translation, they're warming up the ejector seat. And if you think I'm reaching, let me hit you with the cliffhanger that's going to keep you glued for segment 2. There is a secret clause in Jerome Luai's contract, one that almost nobody knows about, that lets him walk for free the second the club is found to have breached good governance rules. The NRL is already investigating this board purge. If the Tigers lose that case, Luai walks for nothing. And when a $6 million superstar vanishes, someone has to pay with their job. That someone is almost certainly Benji Marshall. But here's the moment of shock nobody is talking about yet. At 7:42 a.m. on Tuesday morning, less than 36 hours after the purge, Benji Marshall made a private phone call to a very senior figure inside the Penrith Panthers. I'm not guessing. 3 separate sources confirm the call happened. What was said? Nobody has the full recording, but the message was short and brutal. If it goes sideways here, I need to know I've got options. Translation, Benji is already preparing his exit strategy. That's not a coach who feels safe, that's a coach who knows the knife is already out. And it gets worse. Phone call number 2 came from Holman Barnes chairman Gary Barnier to a prominent Sydney agent on 9:15 a.m. the same morning. The question asked, who's the best young coach available if we need a fresh start in 2026? They are actively shopping for Benji's replacement right now while publicly saying they back him. This is Tigers royalty being treated like a disposable rookie. Phone call number 3 is the gut punch. Shane Richardson, the CEO who brought Benji in, who fought for him, who promised him stability, rang Barry O'Farrell on Tuesday night and told him, I'm done. I'm walking before Christmas. Richo hasn't handed in the letter yet, but everyone inside Concord knows it's coming. When he goes, Benji loses his last real ally in the building. So let's stop pretending. This isn't, will Benji survive? This is, how many weeks does he have left? The Jersey fight? Smoke. The profit? Doesn't matter. The 2025 improvement? Erased the second Luai even thinks about activating that clause. Here's the timeline I'm hearing from multiple places. NRL hands down findings before Christmas. Volandis wants it fast. If Tigers are found guilty of breaching the Constitution, Luai triggers exit. January 15, new board meets for the first time with full power. January 16, Benji Marshall is told, we're going in a new direction. Book it. Benji Marshall, 2005 Premiership hero, 250-game legend, the man who carried this club on his back for a decade, is about to be thrown out like rubbish because a few blokes in a leagues club didn't like the shade of gold on a jumper. If that doesn't make you sick, nothing will. So, here's my message to every Tigers fan watching. Get loud. Flood the comments. Tag the club. Tag the NRL. Tag Luai. Make it impossible for them to quietly knife a legend. Because if we stay quiet, Benji is gone by Australia Day. Drop #BackBenji if you're with him, or clean house if you think he's better off out of this circus. This is Aussie NRL Updates, and I'll keep bringing you the truth even when it hurts. If anything breaks tonight, I'll be live. Stay angry, stay loud, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.